There are so many people who want to have written, but they don't finish the novel. My friend, if you don't finish the novel, you're not going to sell it to Random House. It's that simple. I'm an award-winning author and Bram Stoker Award finalist. I've also written for the comic book Spawn. My name's Tom Leveen. Let's write together. So, on our last episode, we chose two photos. I chose two photos that I used as a springboard to write a story. This one here with this girl at a carnival with this big, very prominent image of a Ferris wheel, but she's not smiling. She's by herself. She's not smiling. Why aren't you smiling at the carnival or at the fair or wherever it is that you are? We've got this other photo of a girl on a skateboard, very tomboyish kind of look. Don't know if that'll play into the story later or not, but those are the two photos. Instead of choosing one, I went with both of these photos, and you can see both of them over at fictionmentor.com and follow along as we write a story together, as we write a novel together. Now that we have our photos and a few, let me scroll out of this a little bit. We've got the photos and a few ideas. What comes next? Basically, I'm just going to write down the first few ideas that come to mind, just so that I've got those ideas down. That's really all that has to happen. That's a good day's work to get the ideas down. We don't have to start the story necessarily. One of the things that I enjoy and appreciate about National Novel Writing Month, or NaNoWriMo as it's called, is that it really pushes writers to finish. That is the number one thing this experience between you and I is going to be about. It's about finishing the story. I cannot tell you how many aspiring novelists I have met in my travels who would be novelists, would be, published by now, if only they had finished their damn story. There are so many people who want to have written, but they don't finish the novel. My friend, if you don't finish the novel, you're not going to sell it to Random House. It's that simple. That's the math. So, a lot of what we talk about here is going to be geared toward getting off our butts, or in this case, getting onto our butts and getting the work done. But for today, all we need to do, all I'm going to ask you to do, all I'm going to ask of myself, is to write down a few things about these characters and the idea so that I don't lose it. Remember from last episode, you should write down every idea, no matter how outlandish, stupid, silly, doesn't matter. Write it down because God forbid you should lose it. Please get in the habit of that. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Here are the notes that I have so far. Two girls who are friends. One maybe has depression or something at home not going well. Meets a guy who works the carnival or fair, decides to follow him. Her best friend is like, not by yourself, and off they go. My first impulse looking at these photos is that maybe the friend has a crush on her friend, and it's this unrequited love thing. The problem I have with that, it's a powerful story to tell, but I've already told it at least once in my novel Zero, and probably some other places too, I don't remember, but definitely in Zero. So I'm not sure I want to revisit that. So instead, maybe the guy likes her, maybe the guy likes the friend, and there's kind of a love triangle, and maybe the story is about how it tests their friendship. I don't know. It's a possibility. That's all I've got. That's all I have at the moment, so we're just going to leave it there. That's the theory, that's the germ, that's the seed, and we're going to take some time to let it percolate and see what happens next, all right? Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you go to fictionmentor.com and subscribe there. If you go there and subscribe, you're also going to get a free download called 7 Things Your Plot Needs. And there are 7 things your plot absolutely needs, so make sure you grab that sometime today, fictionmentor.com. All right, and I will see you next time. Keep writing.